Hi dear friends, welcome to day 6. And day 6 is all about strengthening, really finding that power that we all have inside. And we will feel that through strengthening the muscles. We do a few stretches to start with, and then we will focus really in strength. Okay, so let's start. Take a moment to arrive, noticing your alignment, legs and sitting bones firmly connected to the ground, spine nice and tall. Try to visualize your spine decompressing, almost like a flower reaching towards the sun. Shoulders are soft. And let's take a few breaths, bringing the inhalation all the way to the belly. And as you exhale, yes, releasing any tension you're holding. So with every breath, the inhale is bringing the energy. And with every exhalation, we're just releasing and letting go. Through the practice today, if you can connect with your Ujjayi breathing, which means victorious breath, and the victorious breath is when we engage a little bit the muscles of the throat, as if we were making the sound. Imagine you fog in a mirror and you go, but we do that very subtly with the mouth closed in the inhalation and the exhalation. Just practice that a few times before we start with the movement. So the sound is really subtle. Only you can hear that gentle, it's like the sound of the ocean inside your throat. It's like a little valve, and that helps us to regulate the breath a little bit better. Wonderful. Now let's bring the hands to the sides, and today we're going to bring the hands to the front, interlace the fingers, and we're going to press the palms all the way to the front. And then as you inhale, just bring in the hands to your heart. And as you exhale, just round the back a little bit. Inhaling, bringing the hands to the chest. Exhaling, just rounding the back, bringing the belly in. The next inhale, now we're going to bring the arms up as you take the breath. And as you exhale, let's go to the right. Inhale to the front, to the middle. Exhale to the side. Back to the center. And now releasing the arms, both hands, all the way down. Just take a little moment here. Take a pause, noticing your shoulders and feeling the sensations of the spine. Come to a sitting pose. If you were on blocks, just come down on the floor and bringing the feet to the front and bringing the hands on the blocks, or you can also do it on the floor. But if you're on the floor, you probably want to make fists to help you to lift a little bit better. So bringing those blocks to the sides, we're going to lean forwards a little bit and just lifting tiny bit from the floor and then coming back down. And let's do that 2 more times. So we take an inhale, and then as you exhale, squeeze and lifting your hips from the floor. 1 more time. Inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhale, leaning forwards a little bit, and then lifting your hips from the floor. And then coming back to neutral. Just take a little moment, just rotating your wrists, giving the wrists a little bit of movement. This will also strengthen your wrists. Then we're going to open the legs and bringing both hands up. And slowly just bringing the hands towards the feet. Maybe you land on the legs, wherever you land. And extending the spine. We're going to inhale, reaching up. And then exhaling, coming down. Just landing on the floor or your feet, wherever you are, feeling the stretch going through the inner thighs. And then coming back to the center. Let's bring now both blocks, framing the leg, and then leaning forwards, and then see if you can pick up your hips and coming down. And again, let's do that 2 more times. Leaning forwards, pressing with the hands on the blocks, and pick up the hips and down. And 1 more time, leaning forwards and lifting and down. Perfect. Let's just get ready before we go to the other side. Bring both feet together into butterfly pose. Yes, for a little moment here. Feeling the sensations of your hips. And then we're going to go to the other side. So yes, bringing both legs nice and wide in straddle pose. Bringing the hands to the sides, leaning forwards, and then see if you can pick the hips up and down. One side perhaps is easier than the other. Lean forwards, lift and pick, and then down. And even if you cannot lift very high, yes, pressing down, see how it feels to give it a try. Brilliant. Now bringing both feet to the center. Let's release a little bit. The knees coming side to side and coming to the center. And then we go to the other side. 1 more time, center. And going back and side. Now we're going to continue going on our knees, placing the feet behind. Let's take a little moment sitting here and reaching up, taking an inhale, hands go to the opposite elbows and just opening the sides. And then coming back down slowly. And we're bringing this time the blocks by the knees. And we're going to lean forwards. And then just lifting the knees a little bit. Breathing in, lifting up the torso. And as you breathe out, leaning forwards and lifting the knees from the floor. And just 1 more time, really feeling the strength of your arms as you squeeze and lift those knees up. Wonderful. And then from here, we're going to meet on a tabletop. So perhaps you can place the blocks to the front of the mat in case we need them later. And lengthening your toes. Just finding your tabletop and taking an inhale. Lifting your chin and your tailbone, and then as you exhale, just rounding the spine and coming down into child's pose. Now inhale, coming low into cow, and then exhaling, rounding the spine into child's pose. And 1 more time, inhale, coming up. And from here, we're going to start lifting up into downward dog. So pressing with your hands, tuck the toes, lifting the knees first, and then lifting your hips, and just feeling the downward dog. Just noticing the sensations of your back and your legs, the back of your legs. And from here, we're going to come into a plank. Taking an inhale, you perhaps have to move the hands a little bit further. So we're breathing in here, and then as you're breathing out, lifting the sitting bones back into downward dog. And then back into plank. Now we're going to introduce the legs, bringing the feet closer together, and starting with your right leg, we're going to lift up into a 3-legged dog, and then as you come in towards a plank, you're going to bring the knee as close as you can to the elbow and perhaps posing here. And then again, we're going back, reaching up, breathing in, and then as you breathe out, this time can you bring the knee close to the chest, and then breathing in, lifting up. And then as you breathe out, this time can you come to the opposite arm. And then one last time, reaching up. And then very slowly bringing the foot down, knees down, and we'll have a little rest in child's pose. Walking your hands all the way to your feet. Take a couple of breaths here. Just relax, soften the shoulders. And noticing how the rest revitalizes you. For the next flow. So now bringing the hands back to the front, and we're going to do exactly the same to the other side. So hands are under the shoulders, and this time actually let's start lifting into a plank first. So to lift into your plank, lengthening one leg first, and then we lengthen the other leg, and feel here how is your plank, the strength of the core and your arms and your shoulders, and try to keep the spine a continuation all the way to the crown of the head. And slowly as you breathe out, yes, coming back into your downward dog. Now once in downward dog, we're going to breathe in, lifting the left leg up, and then as you breathe out, you come in with that knee to the left elbow for a moment, and then as you inhale, lifting up, and then exhaling, coming to the center, and then inhaling, lifting up, and then as you exhale, coming to the opposite elbow, and then lifting up one more time. And then as you exhale, bringing that leg back down, bringing the knees down, and then you can have an extended child's pose this time. Make sure you really make the most of these little pauses, of these rests. Yes, breathe in, relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Yes, softening with every exhalation. 2 more breaths. Remember your Ujjayi breath. And then from here, we're going to make our way up to standing, where we're going to be working as well as strengthening legs and the whole body. So we can come to standing, bringing the hands under the shoulders, and then we're going to tuck the toes, and we're going to come all the way to your feet first, and we're going to go into a squat. So actually I will face to the front so we can see better how we bring in the heels down if we can, feet at about 45-degree angle, and let's take a few moments here. As you inhale, try to lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale this time, see if you can bring the hands in front of you. Just walk the hands a little bit, but keep the tailbone nice and long towards the earth, and then just keep lengthening your spine. Keep feeling the sensations. If the heels don't come all the way down, remember you can always just go one heel at a time, and gradually we really want to be able to do these poses because they are so important to have healthy hips, healthy legs, healthy spine. So just one more breath here. And exhale, lengthening. And then bringing the hands to the floor, lifting the hips up, bringing both feet parallel now, hip distance apart. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, just allow your whole torso really to hang here for a moment, bringing one hand to the opposite elbow and the other one also. And slowly, just breathe. Just feel the connection of your ribs with your thighs, and gentle movement side to side. The neck is relaxed and you just feeling the stretch through the back of your legs as your spine is decompressing. Then bringing the hands to the floor, lifting up, walking with your hands to your hips and pressing with your feet on the ground, slowly coming up, very slowly to standing. We're done with the hard work. You can use the block and you can just lie down and bring in the block under your hips. You can place a couple of cushions if not. So this really helps with the lymphatic system and also the blood flow. And we can bring one knee up and then the other knee up. And then we lengthen the legs. And then we bend in the right knee and the left. And then lengthening all the way with the right leg. And then we bring it back up. And then we go with the left. And we bring it all the way back up, lengthening. And then this time just creating the letter V, perhaps placing your hands so you can feel the stretch of your thighs. And then you can bring them back together, bending the knees, lengthen one leg, and then the other. Just allow a deep stretch here for your hip flexors, especially as well the psoas muscle will get a lovely stretch. Take a couple of moments. And to end, perhaps if you have a wall nearby or a chair, you can place a chair also. Bringing your hips, your bottom, as close as you can to the wall. You can use the block as well, so you can do double decker here. So you can get the block, lift the hips as well, and then placing the block under, and you can chill and relax here for a few minutes, allowing your whole body to assimilate your practice and no rushing, taking as long as you need. I will leave you here as I think I'm going to stay for a few more minutes as well. Thank you for practicing together.